Ask an AI assistant a question. It pauses for a few seconds. Then it gives you one answer. It names a few sources, maybe a few brands. In that pause, a decision happened, and that decision follows a process you can learn. That's the lesson. By the end of this video, you'll know the two kinds of knowledge inside every AI assistant. You'll know the 5 stages between a question and a cited answer. And you'll know exactly where content wins and where it silently dies. Let's start. First, one definition. At the center of ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and every product like them sits a large language model, an LLM. It was trained on an enormous snapshot of text. It learned the patterns of language and the knowledge inside them. The LLM is the part that reads, reasons, and writes. Now, the most important distinction in this whole subject. These systems hold 2 kinds of knowledge. Keep them separate in your head from this point on. The first kind is built in. During training, the LLM absorbed that giant snapshot. What it learned is part of the model itself, like your own education is part of you. And this built-in knowledge has 3 properties. It's frozen, current only up to a cutoff date, aging every day after. It's untraceable. The model can't reliably tell you which source taught it what. And it's beyond your reach. No brand can edit it. No brand can update it. The second kind of knowledge is fetched live. At the moment of the question, the system runs searches, pulls in pages, reads the freshest information it can find. And this live knowledge is the mirror image. It's current, as fresh as the search results it came from. It's traceable. The system knows exactly which passages said what. And it's open to you. It's the live web. Your content can be there or not. Every modern AI assistant combines the two. The built-in fluency does the reading and the writing. The live fetch supplies the facts, the sources, and the citations. And that combination produces one rule. Write this one down. Citation lives in retrieval. Whoever got cited, got fetched. Whoever was not fetched cannot be cited, no matter how well the training data absorbed them. This rule clears up the most expensive confusion in the field. You are not trying to change what the AI knows about you. Vendors will sell you that, but it doesn't hold up. Training happens on the company schedule. It absorbs the web wholesale, and it produces influence nobody can trace. The real contest is the live fetch, question by question, decided today. You're not teaching a mind, you're competing in a fetching system, and that system has rules you can learn. So let's learn them. Picture the process as 5 filters that are stacked. At every stage, content gets eliminated. The sources cited at the end survived every stage. Take a real question. Someone asked for the best project management software for a 20-person agency. Follow that question through all 5 stages. Stage 1. The system reads the question. Before anything gets searched, it works out what's actually being asked. Is this a comparison, a definition, a how-to? It pulls out the specifics. Project management, 20 people, an agency, and it fills in what wasn't said. A comparison question implies pricing, integrations, and real user experience, even though none of those were typed. The lesson here is simple. Content matching the meaning of the question enters the pool, not just content matching its words. Stage 2. One question becomes many searches. The system breaks the question into smaller searches and runs them all at once. Best project management software for agencies. Project tools compared for small teams. Pricing and integrations. Google has described this publicly. One question, several searches, results merged. Roughly 20 of these background searches happen for every click an AI produces. Here's why this matters to you. A page is never retrieved by the big question. It's retrieved by one of the smaller searches. So a page can get cited in an answer it's never targeted, because one section happened to answer one piece. Winning here means covering a question's smaller parts, not owning its headline phrase. Stage 3. The fetch. Each smaller search runs against the platform's index. An index is the platform's searchable copy of the web. And here is the most important sentence in this stage. The index is an absolute gate. Content that's not in the index cannot be fetched. Period. No quality overrides absence. No reputation overrides absence. No Google ranking overrides absence. One practical note, and it surprises search veterans every time they hear it. Bing's index now sits in front of two major AI products. After 15 years as an afterthought, where you stand in Bing suddenly matters. Stage 4, the cut. The fetch returns far more candidates than any answer will use, so a scoring system ranks them and cuts hard, check after check, relevance, freshness, structure, authority. Each check eliminates candidates. This is best documented at Perplexity. The others almost certainly work in a similar way. The fetch gathers candidates, the cut whittles them down and decides who gets quoted. Stage 5, the answer gets written. The LLM composes the response using the surviving passages. But notice what this stage does not guarantee. Being fetched does not mean being credited. The AI can use your information without ever naming you. It can blend several sources into one sentence. So here's an uncomfortable truth. Citation is the visibility tip of how much your content gets used. Your pages can be read and weighed far more often than they're ever credited. The AI platforms read the web at an enormous scale, but they hand out credit at a trickle. So that answer, the one naming a few brands, was the end of the funnel. Thousands of candidate passages sat in the index. A few dozen got fetched. A handful survived the cut. 3 brands got named. Every stage is a filter. The cited few survived them all. Now slow down for the idea that changes how you see your own content. These systems don't work with whole pages. They work with passages. Here's why. To make content searchable by meaning, every page gets broken into pieces. Passages of a few hundred words. Cut along headings and paragraph boundaries. Each passage gets stored by what it means. And searching becomes matching. The AI model strives to learn which passages mean the closest thing to the search. So what actually competes is passages, each judged alone, stripped of everything around it. Think of it as a sheet of stamps. You design the sheet, each stamp gets torn off and used alone. This gives us a test. Call it the standalone test. A passage is read on its own, so a passage has to make sense on its own. A passage that fully answers one small question by itself competes. A passage that depends on 3 earlier paragraphs matches nothing. It effectively does not exist for that search, no matter how good the page around it is. One measured finding completes the picture. About 44% of AI citations draw on the first 30% of the page. Openings get read more than anything else. So here's your new question. Stop asking whether your page ranks. Start asking whether some passages of yours answer some part of the question on its own, ideally near the top of the page. Next part of the lesson, the platforms run on different indexes. Learn the map. Google's AI overviews and AI mode run on Google's own index. That's been clearly stated by Google. Microsoft Copilot pulls in live answers from Bing. That's also official. ChatGPT pulls from web search, and the evidence points mostly to Bing. Claude pulls from Brave Search, established by measurement. Perplexity runs on its own crawler and its own index. And they give credit differently too. Perplexity reads like a footnoted paper, with citations on nearly every sentence. ChatGPT narrates. Sources appear sparsely. One study measured the spread, 33 citations per answer on one platform, 1.5 on another. Put the map together and you get a chain of absolute failures. If you're not in Bing's index, you're invisible to ChatGPT and Copilot, whatever your Google rank. If you're blocked by Perplexity's crawler, then you don't exist on Perplexity. And none of these failures show up as a warning. You simply never appear. Last piece, how do these systems reach your actual website? Through bots, automated visitors that read your pages. And each major company runs a set of them. Typically 3. One reads pages to train future models. One reads pages to build the search index. One fetches pages on demand when a user's question needs it. 3 bots, 3 separate doors, 3 separate decisions. The one that gates citation is the search bot. Block it, and you close your own front door. And one finding about these bots that changes everything. They largely do not run on JavaScript. They read the raw page code. Content that only appears after scripts run is invisible to them, even when access is fully granted, and your analytics can't see any of this. Analytics tools run on JavaScript. These bots don't. Their visitors show up in one place only, your server logs. That's why a dashboard can show nothing, while 20 background searches are happening. Let's compress the whole lesson into 5 statements. This is what you'll reason from. 1. Findability comes first. Being in the indexed, bots allowed in, readable pages. These gates are absolute. 2. The passage is a unit. Your site is a collection of passages. Each competes alone. 3. The answer is assembled, not ranked. There's no position 1, only an answer that you can be fetched into. 4. The platforms are plural. Different indexes, different bots, credit rates that differ by a factor of 20. 5. The systems change, so the lasting asset is understanding the structure, not memorizing the way things are today. Test yourself with one scenario. A vendor says they'll get your brand into ChatGPT's knowledge base. You can now split that claim in half. If they mean training, they're selling the uncontrollable. If they mean the live fetch, the honest version is index health, bot access, and content that stands on its own. Ask which one they mean, and watch their pitch carefully. If this lesson was useful, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.